Hello, and welcome to the very first ever PTV live show. My name is Michael Bongiorno.
And I'm Evan Sussman. Michael and I, along with the entire PTV class, have been working for months now to create a fun and new show for all of you.
For those of you wondering, Evan and I are the executive producers of the show, and you'll be seeing some amazing interviews, performances, and familiar PTV faces.
Again, we would like to preface that this is our first time ever doing PTV Live. So if there are some bumps in the road, that's the beauty of live broadcasting.
So sit back, relax, and enjoy the first ever showing of PTV Live.
Welcome to our first segment of PTV Live. I'm Mike Loosemore. It will be an amazing show, and I am thrilled to introduce our first guest of the night, former PTV star and MPHS alumni Jack Bernard. Jack is the creator and owner of 2NU Productions, who flew all the way out from Michigan just to be here with us tonight. Welcome, Jack.
Thanks, Mike. I'm so happy to be here.
And first of all, how's the University of Michigan like?
University of Michigan is great. It is really cold, but I'm used to my sunny California skies. It got down to single digits one week, and I started to question my choices. But it's been good so far. Thanks for asking.
Alrighty, so regarding your company, 2NU Productions. What is it, and what type of services does it offer?
Yeah, so 2NU Productions is a full service esports and other event production company. So we do everything to get an event from start to finish. So that could be, the pre-production work, graphic design for the graphics that go on screen, producing the event in person or remotely in the cloud, and then delivering the event after the fact with any post-production that needs to happen and making sure the client is satisfied.
Perfect. And what was it like establishing a company at such a young age?
Yeah, it was a tough one. Obviously, it kind of just happened. I just started doing it out of, doing esports broadcasting out of my bedroom, and it morphed into a business. But, it just ended up being a challenge of balancing school, balancing business work. Sometimes I would have to leave early from my seventh period to go do a show after school. Shout out Mrs. Strange for letting me do that. But, yeah, it was just this constant battle of trying to figure out, how to balance workloads. But it's honestly been so much fun, and it's unlocked a lot of opportunities.
And you've been an alumni of PTV. You've been doing what I've been doing, 2 years ago.
Yep.
How does your time in PTV, reflect on how you've run your business?
Yeah, I mean, PTV was a vital tool. I learned really, really critical skills. I mean, as those that are in the industry know, in theater, broadcast production, you learn by doing. And so that's really what the beauty of this program is. You get to be in here in these situations, like just doing it with industry level equipment. I mean, super valuable experience. The opportunities that was given to me by CVUSD, NPHS, and Mr. Grimes was off the charts. So I'm really grateful for my time here.
What type of goals or visions do you have for 2NU Productions in the future?
Yeah, that's kind of a question that I ask myself all the time. I mean, we're really, morphing and changing by the minute. Every day we're doing something different. So right now we're doing esports productions for high school and middle schools around Los Angeles County. Tomorrow we might be going back to, esports broadcasts for RLCS, Rocket League. A new game might come out next week and we got to gear up for that. So I'm not sure where the future holds, but, still being able to do what we love and event production, gaming, esports, all of the above. I think that that sounds pretty good.
Okay, and in regards to running a production, what type of challenges have you faced during these types of events?
Yeah, I mean, during a live production, anything can go wrong, anything can change. So I think the number one problem is learning how to face problems. A good friend of mine and a mentor, Koji Kometa, who is a graphics operator, says that live broadcast production is not about broadcast production. It's about being a good firefighter. It's about learning, how to deal with problems as they come up and how to prevent those problems from happening again in the future.
Good. And last question. Do you have any advice for people, especially here at NPHS, that are interested in running a business just like you did?
Yeah, I would say, do what you love. Like, definitely don't sacrifice for anyone, whatever they say. Don't listen to the haters. Just, do what you love and put your all into everything that you do, and you'll definitely succeed.
Okay. Well, Jack, thank you so much for coming. Please don't go anywhere. Coming up, we send it over to the local PTV theater kid, Ariella.
Well, thanks for that, Mike. Well, actually, yeah, I will be talking about theater. I had the chance to be inside of the top secret rehearsals for this year's Mystery Dinner Theater show, The Altos, and document their process. With just about 2 months of limited rehearsals, keep watching to see if they were able to pull it off.
So this play is about a family of gangsters, mafia, mafiosos, that kind of thing. And so what I'm kind of looking for in each of these characters is something unique that makes them stand out from their other mafia counterparts. Because they're all kind of parodies of one kind of character or another.
This is my first experience as an actor in any show here at Newbury Park High School. This is our first rehearsal where we're actually blocking the show and moving around with each other. So getting a sense of the space really helps the whole scene come alive in my imagination. The process is going pretty well so far, and I'm really excited to, when we finally get to the night of the show, have it all come together with an audience and just go for it.
How is off-book date making you feel?
2, 3. Today was off book date. I feel like most of us kind of have it, but there are a few lines every once in a while that people kind of slip on, which me, myself included.
Here's the thing. On the memorizing part, I'm like, but I know what I'm supposed to be doing. Because this is like one of the shows that even if you mess up, like nobody knows, it's different. Because like you're supposed to be like absolutely outrageous.
A lot of the things are kind of lining up and falling into place. It was really rough at the beginning, but I think we're kind of getting the hang of it.
So we did do a good amount blocking, but also character work. Because you don't want to just be taking improv questions and just saying like answers. You want it to be funny and enjoyable. So this show is definitely more audience inclusive. Because when I've gone in the past, I feel like I'm like in the world of the show rather than watching the world of the show.
You can't like feel embarrassed because like you're so close to the audience. They're like right there. And you just have to be able to like just look a fool. So we were just counting how many rehearsals we've been to. But our co-star castmate, Evan Sussman, you might know him from PTV Sports. He's a very busy man. We know that. We love him for it, except we don't because he's been to only one full-length rehearsal the whole time.
Let's talk about it. Where have you been?
With all my commitments to tennis, ASG, district stuff, I'm a little hard to get on the schedule. The hardest part has been not being here and, not getting that interaction with the cast, because that would help me memorize my lines much faster. But, I feel very excited and optimistic for the show. And I'm very excited to just get the audience interaction and response. This costume is, I've never been so joyful to be in a costume before. I'm not even joking. It's so ridiculous. It's really perfect for Julio. It really does reflect Julio's, his personality, because it's not great. It's really not great, but I think it just shows just how outlandish and stupid the character is. At this point, it's 3 days until opening.
The show's in 3 days? That makes me feel a bit nervous. I'm definitely a bit scared of what's to come, if you know what I mean.
Can you tell us a little bit about your character? Give us some background, give us some info. Can you talk about that?
I am rich and I am English and I hate poor people and I'm attracted to wealth and that's it.
My name's Julio. I'm the brother of Tony. Tony died. Now we're here at his will and the reading of it. So we're about to see who gets the money. Hopefully it's me. I think it's going to be a great evening. Salacious evening, in fact. And I'd like you to meet the rest of the family.
So we got 20 minutes. How are you feeling about Mystery Dinner tonight?
I am feeling terrific, except we're reading my husband's will, so I just hope I get a lot out of it. You know what I mean?
Anything else you want to add before we wrap this up?
You should really buy a bottle of Alto red wine. It's the best of the best, I promise.
All right, cool. Thank you so much.
But I'm sure someone will recognize you, Countess. Or should I say, Bubbles. Betty Bubbles Bongiovanni. Daughter of the late John Bongiovanni. President of Bon Marché Fine Sparkling Wines.
Oh, yeah, I did it. I'm glad.
So what was the mystery?
Nebbiolo Alto, played by Josie Gardner, and Julio Alto, played by Evan Sussman, were both murdered by Gianni Gigolo, played by Maxwell Hellard, and the Contessa Asti Spumanti, played by Kieran McCormick, in a secret plot against the Alto family. I would say that a week in hindsight, Mystery Dinner is probably a definite success. I think initially I was a little bit worried. Not everyone had their lines and not all the blocking was there. I mean, we only spent like 3 rehearsals in the cafeteria, but by the end, I wouldn't change a single thing. If you have the opportunity to direct, act in it, or even watch it, it's just such a fun time. There's no other word to describe it. It's just fun, I guess the reel of the Altos, The Blood is Thicker Than Wine, was just the friends we made along the way,
Looks like Mystery Dinner was beyond a great success. If you enjoy what the drama department produces, then you can start getting tickets for their play, The Crucible, playing March 14th to the 17th in the PAC. We're going to take a quick break, but don't worry, we'll be right back with an amazing performance from a local band.
What's up, everybody? My name is Miles.
And I'm Brody.
And we're here with the band No Idea.
A teen band located in the 805. They're here today to bless our ears with an original song.
So, how'd you guys' band form?
We actually formed through this Band-Aid program at Music Freaks. I think you guys did a package on that a while back. And that was about 6 years ago. Right now, 3 original members still here are me, Tommy, and Lucas behind you guys.
How'd you guys come up with the name No Idea?
So we're notoriously bad at naming things. So it was actually a pun because someone said we have no idea what we should name this band, and we were just like, hey, let's name it No Idea.
So where's been the most interesting place you guys have played, and why?
Other than here, I'd got to say the Majestic Theater over in Ventura. It's this huge theater. We played it like 2 years ago. Yeah, we played it like 2 years ago. It was really cool. Big bands and singers have played there, like Billy Idol.
What artists have kind of influenced your guys' music, and what kind of music you play?
We kind of fall into that like alt rock grunge genre. So a lot of alt rock and grunge bands have really been our influences.
Sweet. And what song will you guys be performing for us this evening?
We'll be playing an original called Day by Day for you guys.
And what are you guys' plans for the future for your band?
We have a show on March 9th. Be sure to check that out on our Instagram. That'll be plugged later. But other than that, we're also looking at a potential Battle of the Bands on April 20th. So, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for your time. Take it away.
Sweet.
Thank you, guys.
I can
distraction for the usual regime. Staying along the straight line, endless lifetime, always taking one for the team. Although the sick is tired, copper wire, more iron than you've ever seen. And the faces are counting, the clocks are counting. We keep on grinding day by day. It's the river running strong, fighting for that monthly pay. It's the unit moving along. There ain't no time for crying out. There's still too much work to be done. Fighting for that life out loud. You ain't never had the time to run. The fire's never burning out. Flames are getting higher, building up, inspired. Got no time to sit and pout. You got the need to finish, can't diminish. Makes you wanna scream and shout. You stay quiet, now you're gonna riot, left without a single doubt. If you want to rise, anything's a fight. We keep on rising day by day. The river running strong, fighting for that one day. The unit moving on. There ain't no time for crying out. There's still too much work to be done. I'm fighting for that life out loud. You never had the time to run. Keep up, keep up. We keep on rising day by day. Fighting for that monthly pay. There ain't no time for crying out. There's still too much work to be done. Fighting for that life out loud. You ain't never had the time. Oh. Thank you. We're no idea.
Amazing performance, you guys. Thank you guys so much for coming out today.
Be sure to go out and support No Idea at their next show at Bombay Grill on Ventura on March 9th. You can follow their Instagram at No Idea the Band for some tickets.
We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back with an amazing interview when we get back.
Welcome to our second interview of the evening. My name is Cody Davis, and here in California, we have many ways for student leaders to get involved. I'm here with Veronica Rodarte, an experienced agricultural producer for the state of California, along with a club advisor. Welcome, Veronica. Thank you for spending some time with us this evening.
Thanks so much for having me.
So first, let's talk about the agricultural production. I
Sure.
heard you work for a company called Progressive Produce.
Yes, sir, I do.
Can you explain what you do in that company and what the company is?
Sure. We're a grower, packer, shipper of fresh produce. Our main commodities are potatoes, onions, asparagus, chili peppers, and other like wet veg varieties you would see in the market.
And then, so what's your role in the company?
I'm one of the commodity managers. So
Uh-huh.
I manage a team of people, growers, vendors, and I do that with citrus, chili peppers, and other Hispanic items.
What made you want to get into this type of business?
So I'm a third generation produce person. My grandmother actually started at Progressive Produce before there was an automated grading table. So there were actually people, there were ladies that used to hand sort potatoes and onions. So she started there, I want to say about 40 years ago. Well, maybe longer, probably at 50 years ago. My dad actually started as one of the forklift drivers at Progressive Produce. He just retired 2 years ago as the owner. And I'm one of the commodity managers. So this will be my 13th year with Progressive Produce.
Is there a specific like career path through like college and stuff to get to this role?
There's several actually. So there's several California programs, specifically Cal Poly Pomona, Cal Poly SLO. I want to say Chapman has one as well, but there's different ways in, whether it be food science, actually agricultural sales or agricultural business at those schools.
Where did you go?
San Diego State.
Awesome. And so not only do you work for the agriculture company, you also run a program called Miller Youth in Government here in
I do.
California. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. Youth in Government is a nationwide program, and we're one of, I believe, 34 states that participates. So it's a state-run program as well. So students from all over California participate in a seven-month hands-on program. And we model everything from the youth governor right down to the head page.
So I heard there's a trip called the Sacramento trip you guys just came back from. Can you explain what they do there and how that was this year?
So we took, collectively from the state, we took 1,600 students from up and down California, all within their local delegations. And they actually took over the Capitol and ran a model legislature all weekend.
How did that go this year?
It went great. We debated bills. We talked about national issues, international issues. It was really fun.
What else do they do besides these Sacramento trips? Like, what does a usual meeting look like for Miller?
So meetings happen every Wednesday. There could be a debate at the meeting, community service projects, public speaking exercises. We actually write our own legislature to take with us to Sacramento. We could have guest speakers come in, but it's really a wide range of programs so that every delegate gets an experience when we go to Sacramento.
And what, besides experience, maybe can you talk about some of the other benefits students receive by doing this program?
Yeah, so there's a couple different benefits. One of our biggest goals is that democracy must be learned by each generation. So we want to make sure that we really help students become active voters, active listeners, and really educated about our political system.
How did you get into this type of field?
Actually, before I was in the produce business, I worked for the YMCA for many years, and this is part of my job when I was at the YMCA.
So at the YMCA, is YMCA Miller connected?
Yes, so actually this program is a YMCA program. So it's run through all the local YMCAs here.
And then how can students join this program?
So they can find any one of our officers on the Newbury Park campus, or they can call their local YMCA.
And then they have to fill out an application to, or?
So we take everyone that applies, and then we also offer financial assistance if anyone needs it, and everyone's welcome to join.
Is there other maybe like higher up programs that people have to apply for?
Yeah, so there's statewide leadership. That's an app that's applied process, and our delegation has local leadership, and then there'll be statewide leadership, and then there's also 2 national programs. One's called the Conference on National Affairs that happens in the summer, and the second one is the National Judiciary Competition.
And then you mentioned community service projects. What type of community service projects have you guys done?
We did a couple. We made several care packages, several hundred actually, care packages for the homeless, and they went to a homeless shelter in Los Angeles. We also made, I want to say, about 400 lunches for the unhoused, and those went to a different donation center in Los Angeles.
And those are all student run?
All student run.
Wow, that's amazing. Well, thank you so much for your time here tonight. And now we're going to head over to Ali and Mr. Erickson with a fun and entertaining experiment to show us.
Hey Panthers, I'm here with everyone's favorite science teacher, Mr. Erickson, to give us a taste of what it is like to conduct an experiment in chemistry class. Take it away, Mr. Erickson.
Thank you, Allie. Thanks for having me here, everybody. So this little demonstration actually comes with a little story, if you will indulge me, please. So once upon a time in a land far, far away, there was this little town, and nearby this town lived a dragon. And this dragon usually is nice, but for some reason, I don't know what happened, but he decided I'm not happy anymore. And so he took his frustrations out on the town. He burned up the town. He scared all the people. And, then he left and they rebuilt the town. And then it happened again. And so they had enough. So they went to Google to find a dragon slaying knight. And they found one, looked at his credentials, hired him. And so the knight came and went to the dragon and said, you need to stop this. And well, they had a duel. It was pretty heated, no pun intended. And well, unfortunately, the dragon beat the knight. It was not a good day for the knight. But it wasn't without a fight. It was a pretty insane fight. Anyway, the dragon built up an appetite as a result of this fight. And he said, you know what? I've got this charbroiled knight here. I think I'm going to enjoy eating this knight. And he did. He ate him up. But the thing about this dragon, he's very dental hygiene conscious. So he wanted to clean his teeth. So what better to clean a dragon's teeth than dragon's toothpaste? So we're going to make some for you right now. So we've got our device to make it. And the first thing we need, Allie, is right there. We need some knight's blood, as you see. So we're going to pour a little of that in here. And there we go. Wow. Give that a little stir, just mixing it up. And now the next thing we need is probably the most secret ingredient. This is water from the Lake of Enchantment. Yeah, heavy duty stuff here. Really? So we're going to pour a little of that in there. Okay, that ought to do. Give a little stir. And finally, we need a little soot. So we get some ashes and soot from the, dragon's fire breathing. And we should make the toothpaste. So we'll see what happens here. May take a minute. Okay, there we go.
Whoa.
All right.
Slowly but surely.
Science involves patience.
Of course.
But, you know, this is kind of like you squeezing toothpaste. You can see there's some steam because, you know, it's hot toothpaste for a dragon, right?
Right.
Okay. You can actually touch there, Allie. Can
I
you
would
feel a
love
little
to.
heat? Feel the heat
Oh
there?
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So that's an exothermic reaction, science fans. Heat is being released. So here comes the toothpaste out of the tube. Here we go. Now, what would an experiment be without a little fire? And I mean, fire-breathing dragon, right? So here we go. We're going to light this stick on fire and perform a little magic for you here. Wish me luck. All right, here we go.
Good luck,
In
Mr.
close.
Jackson.
Oh yeah. Did you see that, everybody?
Wow.
There it goes again. Yep. Dragon's toothpaste is pretty special. One more time. Oh yeah, it worked. Woohoo!
Wow.
And that's the story of our Dragon's toothpaste.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much, Mr.
Thanks for your
Erickson,
help.
for coming in today.
You bet.
Next up, we will have an interview with the writers of the movie Incoming that was filmed at Newbury Park High School.
Hi, I'm Haley Harris and I'm here in front of Waymont High School. Sorry, what I meant to say was I'm here in front of Newbury Park High School. 2 summers ago, the school's name was changed miraculously overnight, and it just so happened that Newbury Park High School was chosen as the filming location for a movie called Incoming. With filming crews and a new school name, the movie took our community by storm. The movie tells the story of a group of freshmen who experienced their first high school party, and I was able to sit down with directors Dave and John Chernin to see what the filming process and movie is all about. So can you tell us what the movie is about?
The movie's about 4 freshman boys, like their first week in high school, and going to a big party for the first time, and just trying to figure out who they are and what's cool and what's their identity.
It started with one character. You know, there's one of the boys who's kind of really central to the story.
I think he's the most normal of the four of them, I would say. Not that the other ones are abnormal, but they are like more charactery, or they have more of a hook, whereas Mason's like just a sweet everyman kind of guy.
So what does your writing process look like?
So at the beginning, when we sat down to write this, the process kind of started with us reminiscing just about high school and our teenage years and just compiling all these ridiculous stories. And then you kind of take those stories, if there's a kernel in them that you think is worth exploring, then you amp them up. In general, our comedy stems from strong character point of view, and taking that point of view and putting them in a situation that just creates conflict.
We're also not the fastest writers, so I think like this idea for this movie we've been kicking around forever, and it was like, oh, you know, that could be a funny scene for that movie, or that's a funny character, and then it just slowly built up over time, and then eventually like one day it just clicked, and like, okay, like now I see the movie and like I see what the story could be. I think it was, and you guys haven't seen the movie, but there's a scene where a girl gets into the back of someone's car believing it's her Uber. And I don't think that like tied everything together, but that was a moment for us of just like, oh, like now we have some momentum and that's funny. And I see how this can lead to a bunch of other things. But it's weird because that's a really small element of the movie. But I think that was a moment of just like, got it. Now we're off and running.
But yeah, I think at the end of the day, our kind of North Star is, does it make us laugh?
Who were the actors that worked on this project?
There were four kids: Mason Thames, Rafael Alejandro, Bardia Seri,
Ramon Reed.
Ramon Reed were our four leads. Essentially, it was really important to us to have actors that were the same age as the characters, because you know, we just always felt like it was lame when we'd watch movies when we were growing up, and it was everyone in high school was 25 years old. And particularly in this one, where it was about four incoming freshmen, they really needed to look younger than the other kids at school. So,
yeah, I guess I would add, basically, if you use actors who are over 18 years old, you can work them for more hours. And unfortunately, in California or the United States, you can only work children for so many hours. So
we're lobbying to have that change.
Yes, we want to get back to like the 1920s, like more of a factory environment. But no, it was like, I think in filmmaking, you rarely get everything you want. And so you have to weigh the cost benefit of that. And it's like, yeah, it's really important for us that these kids look appropriately young, because that sells so much of it. And so like, yes, we'll have less hours to achieve everything we want to achieve, but I think we consider that a worthwhile trade-off.
How was our campus chosen as a location?
I think this location gave us the most of what we wanted and needed.
We liked the school colors.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. We loved that little platform that you have in the common area out there. Yeah. We wanted to use that to introduce one of our characters. We toured the science labs. I think the common area where you guys all have lunch.
That too.
We grew up in Los Angeles, so you know we were accustomed to that outdoor lunch feel. That's not necessarily like in a cafeteria. And I don't think we ever explicitly say that this movie is set in Los Angeles, but we did want it to have that kind of Southern California feel. But really, it's just a beautiful campus.
What message do you want the audience to take away from Incoming?
I think the message is more or less to be yourself. You know, and high school is a time where I think everybody is trying to grapple with their identity, and sometimes force their identity. And at the end of the day, there's nothing cooler than just being yourself.
I hope you like it.
Yeah. It's meant to be fun, so I hope people enjoy it. I hope we don't offend anyone, and I hope this isn't our last ever interview.
Thank you so much, Haley. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty stoked to see Incoming. We would like to give a huge thank you to everyone in PTV who worked to help make this show possible. It was truly an honor to produce this historic show for Newbury Park.
We hope you all enjoyed this live production, and if you did, stay tuned for our next live show, which will be on April 25th. We look forward to even more fun in our next and final live show of the year.
Again, thank you for tuning in. Thank you to all of our amazing interviewees and our amazing cast and crew. That's all we have for you tonight.
Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we'll see you all next time.